Everyone thinks that resilience is about how you be tough, strong, and never falling apart. But actually, here's the twist. Resilience is about how you will break and then how you will build yourself up. Think about all the strongest people you know. They all have been knocked down, but the difference is that they didn't stay down. And here's the part that most people get it wrong. Resilience isn't a superhuman shield that protects you from the pain or stress. Resilience is your recovery speed. It's your ability to bend without snapping, to stumble but keep moving, to feel the heat but not feel stuck. So in this video, I'm going to break down resilience in a way that you never heard before. We will talk about what resilience really is, the psychology behind it, the emotions that play a key role. And then at the end, I will give you 5 practical tools that you could use to be more resilient. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Alex and I will be sharing tips on how you could reach your goals. And today on this episode, we're gonna talk about resilience. And we all know that how essential that is to have enough resilience that if something bad happens, we just stay grounded, or at least get back to our grounded place and just continue growing or moving on with our plans. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe and also like the video. Thank you so much, and let's move on. Breaking the myth of resilience. Let's clear up one big misconception. Resilience isn't toughness. Toughness is about resisting, pretending that you're fine and holding it together no matter what. But the problem is that the tough things eventually break. Imagine an oak tree in a storm. It looks powerful and unshakable, but when the wind hits strong enough, it could actually break. Now imagine bamboo. It looks fragile, it bends every direction, but when the storm hits, the bamboo is still there, upright, and that's what resilience looks like. So resilience is adaptability, flexibility. It's not that I never fall, it's about that if I fall, I know how to get back up, or I will get back up. And that shift changes everything, because resilience isn't something that we were born with, it's something that we have to learn while we are going through our life. It's a skill that has to be acquired. The psychology of resilience. Now let's get into psychology of it. Here's what actually gonna happen when your life hits you with a stress. You're gonna go into the flight or fight response. The stress hormones like cortisol or adrenaline gonna flood your body. Your heart gonna race. Your thoughts are gonna nap. That's normal. That's actually our biology. But there is a difference between someone who crumbles and someone who's resilient. Resilient people train their brain to regulate their reactions. Instead of saying that this is the end, I can't handle it, say that this is hard, but I can figure it out. That's called reframing, and that's deeply tied to your identity. If you're a type of person that's always learning, always growing, always finding a way, then in this case, even failure will be a part of your process. Think about 2 students who are taking the same exam. A student A says, I'm too stupid, I cannot get this. Whereas a student B says, maybe I have to change my method of studying. Maybe this approach didn't work out for me. Maybe I have to change my way. Maybe I have to go deeper. So this is same event, but 2 different mindsets. And you can see that someone will crumble, whereas the other one is growing. And that's resilience in action. Emotional side of resilience. So now here's a part that most people get it misunderstood. Resilience isn't about shutting down your emotions, no. We're living in societies that they say that be strong, push through, don't cry. But the fact is that these are all suppressions, these aren't resilience. And suppression is like shaking a soda bottle that at the end it will explode. The resilience means actually you face your emotions, you feel the anger, you feel the sadness, you feel the grief, you process them, but you don't get stuck there. Think of an athlete who gets injured. The ones who recover the fastest aren't the ones who ignore the pain and just push through it. They are the ones who acknowledge the setbacks, adapt their training, and lean on their coaches and rebuild. That's emotional resilience, not fake positivity, not denial, but the ability to control your emotions without letting it to affect your entire identity. 5 practical tools to rebuild resilience. Alright, let's get practical. How do you get the resilience? Or how can we be more resilient? Here are the 5 resilience tools that you could use. First is the micro-resilient habit. Your nervous system is a foundation. Sleep, have regular movements, and try to do some breathing exercises, because even deep breathing or breathing mindfully, that can help you regulate your stress hormones. If your body is exhausted, then your brain can't bounce back. Second, reframing your challenges. Instead of saying, why me, God, why? Instead of saying that, try to say that, oh, what is this trying to teach me? What is there that I need to know? What is the lesson here? It sounds very simple, but the fact is that just changing your focus like that, it changes your brain from the victimhood to your growth. Third, support system. Resilience isn't a solo sport. Surround yourself with people who could have your back, who could support you and also remind you of the bigger picture. Because at the end of the day, us humans, we are wired for connection, and isolation makes the recovery harder. And if you don't have anyone whom you could be telling all of this to, then try to write about it. Try to pretend that if you had a friend, how would you like them to behave? Try to tell yourself all the things that you wanted to hear. Either tell it to yourself like that, like, I'm here, I'm with you, and you got this. Either you could say stuff like this to yourself, or if you feel uncomfortable, then you can just journal about it. In this case, if you don't have anyone but you still need the support, you can give yourself the support that you want. Fourth, incremental challenges. You will not build the resilience by avoiding the stress. You will build the resilience by facing the stress in smaller amounts. Try out cold showers, public speaking, or even trying a new workout class. These tiny controlled stressors will train your brain to handle the bigger challenges later better or easier. Fifth, future vision. This one is huge. Resilient people always anchor themselves to meanings. When you're struggling, remind yourself of why. Why are you struggling at this point? For what reason? People who see this struggle as part of a bigger mission, whether that's family, purpose, or legacy, they will recover faster than the ones who see life meaningless. So here's a takeaway. Resilience isn't about being unshakable, it's about the adaptability, flexibility, and refusing to stay down. It's not about avoiding distress or pretending that you're okay when you aren't. It's about training your body and your mind to recover faster each time life knocks you down. And remember, resilience isn't built in big dramatic moments of your life. It's built in small daily choices. How you frame failure, how you care after yourself, how you will face small challenges, and who do you surround yourself with. Now let me ask you this. What's one setback that you have faced that actually helped you in the long run? Drop it on the comments, because I really like to hear about your stories. If you stayed this far, thank you so much for staying. I really appreciate it. And please make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and here's my Instagram. I will be much more active there, so you could also follow me there. And thank you for watching this video. Until next week, bye bye.